Bartholomew was one of the 12 Apostles of Jesus. He has been identified with Nathanael, who appears in the Gospel according to John as being introduced to Christ by Philip, although some modern commentators reject the identification of Nathanael with Bartholomew. According to the Synaxarium of the Coptic Orthodox Church, his martyrdom is commemorated on the first day of the Coptic Calendar, which currently falls on September 11. His feast is June 11 in Eastern Christianity and August 24 in the Lutheran Church, Missouri Synod, Anglican Communion and both forms of the Roman Rite of the Catholic Church. Bartholomew comes from the Aramaic Bartolome, meaning son of Talmai, son of the Pharaohs. Bartholomew was born at Cana of Galilee and is listed among the 12 Apostles of Jesus in the three Synoptic Gospels, Matthew, Mark, and Luke, and also appears as one of the witnesses of the Ascension on each occasion. However, he is named in the company of Philip. He is not mentioned by the name Bartholomew in the Gospel of John, nor are there any early acta, the earliest being written by a pseudepigraphical writer who assumed the identity of Abdias of Babylon and to whom is attributed the St. Dieri manuscript and pseudo-Abdias manuscripts. Tradition. Eusebius of Caesarea's ecclesiastical history states that after the Ascension, Bartholomew went on a missionary tour to India, where he left behind a copy of the Gospel of Matthew. Other traditions record him as serving as a missionary in Ethiopia, Mesopotamia, Parthia, and Lycaonia. Popular traditions and legends say that Bartholomew preached the Gospel in India, then went to Greater Armenia. Mission to India. Two ancient testimonies exist about the mission of St. Bartholomew in India. These are of Eusebius of Caesarea and of St. Jerome. Both these refer to this tradition while speaking of the reported visit of Panta Innes to India in the 2nd century. The studies of F.R.A. C. Perumalil S.J. and Morris hold that the Bombay region on the Kingun coast, a region which may have been known as the ancient city Kalyan, was the field of St. Bartholomew's missionary activities. In Armenia, along with his fellow apostle Jude Thaddeus, Bartholomew is reputed to have brought Christianity to Armenia in the 1st century. Thus, both saints are considered the patron saints of the Armenian Apostolic Church. He is said to have been martyred in Albanopolis in Armenia. According to one account, he was beheaded, but a more popular tradition holds that he was flayed alive and crucified, head downward. He is said to have converted Polymius, the king of Armenia, to Christianity. Astyages, Polymius's brother, consequently ordered Bartholomew's execution. The 13th century St. Bartholomew Monastery was a prominent Armenian monastery constructed at the site of the martyrdom of Apostle Bartholomew in the Vaspurakan province of Greater Armenia. Bartholomew's relics. The 6th century writer in Constantinople, Theodorus Lector, averred that in about 507 Emperor Anastasius gave the body of Bartholomew to the city of Jura Europos, which he had recently refounded. The existence of relics at Lipari, a small island off the coast of Sicily, in the part of Italy controlled from Constantinople, was explained by Gregory of Tours by his body having miraculously washed up there. A large piece of his skin and many bones that were kept in the Cathedral of St. Bartholomew the Apostle, Lipari, were translated to Benevento in 838, where they are still kept now in Basilica of San Bartolomeo. A small part of the relics was given in 983 by Holy Roman Emperor Otto II to Rome, where it is conserved at the Basilica of San Bartolomeo alle Sole. In time, the church there inherited an old pagan medical center. This association with medicine in course of time caused Bartholomew's name to become associated with medicine and hospitals. Some of Bartholomew's Bartholomew's skull was transferred to the Frankfurt Cathedral, while an arm was venerated in Canterbury Cathedral. Miracles. Of the many miracles performed by Bartholomew before and after his death, two very popular ones are known by the townsfolk of the small island of Lipari. The people of Lipari celebrated his feast day annually. The tradition of the people was to take the solid silver and gold statue from inside the Cathedral of St. Bartholomew and carry it through the town. On one occasion, when taking the statue down the hill towards the town, it suddenly became very heavy and had to be set down. When the men carrying the statue regained the strength, they lifted it a second time. After another few seconds, it got even heavier. They set it down and attempted once more to pick it up. They managed to lift it but had to put it down one last time. Within seconds, walls further downhill collapsed. If the statue had been able to be lifted, all the townspeople would have been killed. During World War II, the fascist regime looked for ways to finance their activities. The order was given to take the silver statue of St. Bartholomew and melt it down. The statue was weighed, and it was found to be only a few grams. It was returned to its place in the Cathedral of Lipari. In reality, the statue is made from many kilograms of silver, and it is considered a miracle that it was not melted down. St. Bartholomew is credited with many other miracles having to do with the weight of objects. Culture. The festival in August has been a traditional occasion for markets and fairs, such as the Bartholomew Fair held in Smithfield, London since the Middle Ages, which served as the scene for Ben Jonson's homonymous comedy.